Hello there, good people of Investoryland. How are you all doing? Hope you all had a wonderful weekend. Let's get into the thing and check out the market real quick. Let me just remove this banner from the top. Those who don't know, join Investory on Patreon so you can join us on Discord. And I seen a lot of new members, by the way, joined. Shout out to all you legends, but those who haven't really finalized the process, make sure you connect your account so you can actually have full access to the Discord and you're not stuck outside the door. That's just a little important reminder. Now, let's get into things. Let's see how the market did today. Actually, kind of, all in all, sort of kind of boring. We did expect the market to open up with the gap. We did say there's high probability the market will continue to close leftovers of the gap on the bottom. We have not moved towards that direction yet. We have more so retested and closed the leftovers from the gap on the top side. We spoke about this as well, which is pretty cool. Now we got rid of it. We have no leftovers, so to speak. We do have today's gap that we need to close now that resides between 6,059 and 6,051-ish, kind of. Based upon how the market looks like, I would assume that will happen rather shortly. How will that affect the overall market? Probably with more or less, I would say, sideways sort of price action. So nothing really all that substantial, but all in all we're doing really for kind of objective all about this, we're mainly moving within the sort of that higher level that we've generated, or at least are testing from the top side right now, and it's very probable that we're going to break right below it. Back down, probably will end up retesting 6,000. Just saying, this is what it appears to be on the grand scheme of things, but with overall assets, depending on whether you're looking at your, average Teslas, well, as you can see, they're actually thriving and doing quite well. I'd be extremely careful, of course. We're completely out of bounds on all time frames, whether we've tested the longer duration, weekly, monthly, all of them were completely out of bounds. I would recommend considering, what to do in such a situation if we would go into a deeper correction. Of course, this is not financial advice, just like it says in the beginning of the video. You all do you kind of thing, right? It's just me telling you what it seems to be like. What else do we have here? Channels are generally positive, but we're completely out of bounds. We've ran through the momentum, so it doesn't look all that good for some individual assets as well. But let's go to the S&P. Let's do our regular shtick. First of all, almost forgot. Hello, Mr. Awesome. Johnny, hello. Leo, of course. Leo, most dedicated member, hangs out with me on Discord absolutely every single day. I do what I can. Sometimes YouTube notifications work. Okay, yeah, Mr. Awesome. That's. I mean, this time, in fact, I was surprised to that you were here actually before I was able to load the page properly. Back from principal office. All right, I'll come to hang out with you on the Discord after the live, and you'll tell me all about it if you feel like, if you'll have time. All right. From the principal's office. That's pretty funny. In 5 minutes, we can look at 5 minutes, but 5 minutes is not all that crazy. Still looks a bit more on the bullish side potentially, since, objectively looking at this, we are testing 20. We were not actually able to penetrate properly below. This is more of testing that area, but not rather penetration of this sort. This is more of a test of the 20. In other words, not that surprising that we're actually able to retain more of that bullish momentum and not really break into oversold territory. You can kind of see the difference between this low and these lows, so it's not all that surprising. At face value, we are bearish right now and kind of pointing to the downside, but let's see what the other time frames are showing before we jump to any conclusions, right? Let's see, 30 minutes is actually rather bearish if you want to be objective about it, because again, we ran through the course of being overbought, nice and normal sort of time frame range, if you will, nothing out of the ordinary, probably back and forth on our way down, but still it does appear as if we're starting to become more bearish at face value. we have RD taking dominance. Basically, this red line represents how we are starting to lose momentum, right? Basically, being up in the sky with the engine stalling. It still does appear, like I said, that we might have and be able to squeeze out a little bit more, maybe move to the top of that range, which, by the way, that range is actually generated by the bottom and not by the top, as you can see. So we might be able to test it before completely drawing back down towards closing that gap towards the median. So it appears not going to be all that surprising if before we actually do that, what is not visible right now is that we will end up testing that range at around 6,090, call it, with a bit of slippage here and there. Again, nothing all that surprising. That's 30 minutes for you. 45 minutes. 45 minutes actually appears to be more bearish. We know 45 minutes is a further outward sort of look at again, the same sort of structure, but from a bit further away. And if this starts to appear already bearish as it is not good news for the indices, for the S&P in this particular instance. And it does appear to be that we're probably going for a pullback sooner than later, if you will. Right now, at face value, it's bearish. Is it strong? Not yet, since we are in overbought territory. Remember, don't forget that we're currently right now in overbought territory. That means we're far more likely to see more bullish momentum rather than bearish, but we are starting to see some stuttering, right? The engine is not running all that smoothly as some of you would wish it would. We are seeing basically these higher low patterns, lower highs, sorry, completely, lower highs, basically highs are getting lower and lower. So that's not looking good either for the S&P right now, but we know how that, we've been doing that for so long that honestly, I'm not going to be surprised if we can stretch out another leg. As we said, the market appears to be as if it can stretch potentially all the way to 6,250 before the year ends. I mean, how likely is it? Not very much so, but we still saw that to be a potential thing. Let's continue. 4 hours, objectively, we're more bearish than bullish, right? We are closer to the lower end of things, right? We're basically closer to the oversold territory, but at face value, we're bullish. So it's not all that surprising that what we end up happening is that we're testing this median. In other words, kind of moving sideways with slight inkling upwards, right? So, or rather testing it with, of course, slippage on both ends. Again, not all that surprising. At face value, this appears to be more bearish than bullish right now, with a slight sort of moment of relief, right? Let's ask ourselves, do we actually see that? Here is these lows that that supposedly we were generating, right? Here are the lows. And right now we're having slight relief, but through that relief, we end up sort of testing what appears to be is actually a lower range. If you think of this as something horizontal, you'll realize that we're basically almost moved the whole range downwards, right? And now we're slightly back up, but just slightly so much. Now, daily, what does daily show us? Daily actually is a very important time frame. Usually shows us the potential, especially in the beginning of the week. We can kind of look and predict what the upcoming week will look like. This week looks more bearish than bullish. That is actually at face value, we're bearish. Sorry, did I just say bullish than bearish? Oh my god. So we appear to be more bearish than bullish, basically more negative. Pardon me for the mistake if I said what I just think I just said. I don't English much and stupid a lot, so that happens. So, but anyway, so we're more bearish at face value, and we're moving into oversold territory on the daily. That means we can, even if predicting several candlesticks outwards based upon the current location, it appears to be that we're far more negative than positive. In other words, it's going to be not all that surprising to see how we're actually going to be testing potentially this 59, 52, maybe 6,000, if continuing this on this direction of oversold momentum, right? Again, given some time, it's not going to be all that surprising. Pardon me, I noticed something is making a lot of noise right there, so let me just close that. Righty, pardon me. Keep on forgetting. Alrighty, so what else? You see, this is actually more bearish than bullish. At face value, we are at the top half of things, moving closer to overbought territory. At face value, we are bearish already, but the thing is, you can see the struggle of the momentum to overcome that 80 range and thus to actually show that we are overbought. In other words, yes, we are buying still, but at a more normalized kind of stable pace, which means we're not really getting into too exuberant territory. That means we probably have that space to go. Well, or so it appears to be, unless we will see more bearish correction before the end of the month, which we know we still have enough time before that time comes. So it doesn't appear that this bearish momentum will kick in early, unless people will, or the market makers will be more attentive to the signals that the market is sort of sending, or they themselves are generating. Let's be honest about this, wink wink. And of course, we'll take action before what we expect to happen on the monthly chart, which we'll see in a second. Hello, Mike. Good to see ya. So yeah, that's kind of this. This is the weekly. It's bullish but struggling. Okay, just to keep it simple. Now, let's look at the monthly, and monthly is someday today trading view. That is gonna be okay. Awesome, perfect. So officially it says 15 days, although I think we're down to like 12 or even less, 12 or 11 days to go. Let 12 or 11 trading days out of the year. I need to check, not certain. We do have a very loaded week. We had PMI today. We'll have interest rate, Fed interest rate decision later down the week. So again, a lot of interesting things. I believe CPI is upcoming, so we have a lot of interesting things to look at in the upcoming week in a bit. And since we do have some time before the end of the year, and nothing really has changed with this structure, and we can normally understand that if we would have had a spillover and an objective bearish momentum generated, we would have been able to see it right here on the monthly slowly, as we've been predicting and expecting eventually to come to that moment. But since we're not seeing the smaller time frames start to push it downwards that low, in fact, what we just saw, come on, TradingView, what's going on with you? We saw a little bit more bullish momentum, although again scraping the top. It appears to be that it is struggling, but at face value it is bullish. I hope we'll be able to see it. Here it is. You see again scraping the top, right, or at least a certain barrier, right, that threshold, the 80% on the stochastic RSI, which implies that we're going into overbought territory. And if you notice, basically this implies a very strong prolonged trend. This is a very short and weaker trend in comparison to the previous one, and this one altogether is struggling to penetrate. Does not mean that we can continue and stay bullish for upcoming weeks before the year ends. Yes, actually we can. Right now, in fact, it's struggling and attempting to go into overbought territory. Potentially we will get some spillover later down the line, but objectively right now on the monthly, we still don't see it. And since we don't see it, we shouldn't adjust or assess for something we're not actually able to see. We understand it's coming shortly, but it's not there yet. Okay, objectively speaking, we're not seeing any change with the monthly. It's not that we've had this enough negative momentum to actually start spilling things over to the lower end of things and maybe breaking that 80% area to the body of the stochastic RSI. In other words, implying potential reversal and negative momentum, and thus negative price action. That is kind of the S&P, so not a lot of changes, kind of our usual, kind of boring situation that we're waiting to look for. We have gotten some closure of some tasks that we had to get over with. For example, this little task, which we got to finalize today, which is good. That means we have less leftovers on the higher end of things to resolve. We still have this near-term area that we need to go through and close. If I'm not mistaken, we do have some left over here. I'm not 100% sure, but I do think we have another relatively near gap. Oh no, here it is. Here it is. Pardon me being stupid. Here is that gap. It's right below our current shorter range trend. Let's see if it does catch within the longer duration one. Come on, longer duration one. Pop in, please. Oh, well, do you mind, sir? Do you mind? We need you here, sir. Not very punctual. But anyway, yeah, so current shorter term prediction is to retest that median that we are currently near to, basically. But the bottom line is that in the upcoming days right after, I expect the market to start correcting towards that range on the bottom that we've been doing for some time now, and then moving slowly towards the 6,000. No one says it's going to be smooth, that such of a process. In fact, it's probably going to be something more akin to this, or more akin to this, or again, not straightforward, right? Not linear, if you will. Knockout Market. All right. Now, I'm not sure I've seen you here before, so hi and welcome. Hi, can you look at RKT stock? Wait, Knockout Market. No, have I seen you here before? Knockout Market. If you've been here before, I apologize for being a moron. And yes, we absolutely can look at RKT stock. Just for future reference, if you're new here, what we do here is we write the tickers with capital letters, right? And we do put a star like so next to the ticker, so it makes it easier for me to notice, right? Do not use any acronyms on this chat. It will make things a lot more confusing. I mean, we've already checked LOL and various other acronyms many other times before, so but yeah, just letting you know. Absolutely, we can check it out in a second if you don't mind. Just bear with me, sir, and we will take a look, sir. That's kind of it. That's the S&P, I guess. There's not much to add to what I've already said. Yeah. All right. Now let's continue to RKT. Usually by now I'm being bombarded with other tickers, but today the boys and girls decided to take it slow and give me some time instead of bombard me. Laugh out loud. Why? What's up, Casey? What, my English accent? More English accent, sir? Funny. No, that was wait, we said, pardon me for being a more RKT. RKT, sir. Let's look at RKT. At first glance, not all that bad, actually. At second glance, less cool. At third glance, that's a bummer because you're just starting to get enough data, so your average is gonna jump. It's gonna look a bit weird soon. But I will this SMA. What SMA am I using? 150 here. Not that surprising. It's alrighty then. Oh, come on. There you go. Come on. Come on. No, stop being like that. Oh, there you go. Although I'm pretty sure it's good. It's just probably just, yeah, I messed with it too much and so it's annoying. But, yeah, so 150 on the daily and you're below it, so not that surprising. But then again, you're weekly, but then again, I shouldn't be, well, 150. No, I shouldn't be actually. That's too high of a range that I shouldn't be looking at, but that's fine. It shall work-ish. And let's look at this from a logarithmic standpoint, just to be real with it. Real with it, sir. Alright. I think I know what I shall do with this. Don't try this at home, kids. your fingers will get caught in the fridge thingy. And, right. But then I do want to have a reversed one as well on this. Don't ask why I'm so weird and I do such weird things. Don't ask and you will not hear any lies. Wait. Wait. Are we below all of the levels? No, it can't be. It cannot be, sir. Oh my god, sir. You are screwed, sir. No, actually, you're not. What is that? That's pretty much nearby. Look, if this thing that you have here, or where are you hiding now? Where are you hidey? Heidi, give me this for a second. If you don't mind, I borrow this. It is somewhere around there. That's what time frame? Can I spot this on a smaller time frame? Yes, I can. I am not sure. Give me a second. Wow, you gave me an interesting one this time around. Well, stop it. Stop it. But is that it? It appears to be it. I think it is it. The suspicion of accuracy on this front of things. This front of things look very suspicious to me. You see, this is very classic testing floor, then testing ceiling, then testing floor again. It is kind of hidden inside. You need to kick it to see it. Then retest again, then retest again, then retest again, then retest again. And again, and again, and again. No, not yet. Okay. So it is, I think it is that is going to be that. That is what makes sense to me. On RKT, which put you at 1113, it is not that bad, but get ready for low. If you go low, probably already continue because you already doing low. It's not like you do any different. It's just you continue to that 11, 13. No one say you don't do slippage. Slippage mean you can drop all the way to probably 10. 10 is a very strong psychological, very strong, like Russian babushka, you know? So, yes. You need to put here like this, like that, and maybe you can go take it 1 cent notch like this, and it's all good. Just make it stand out so you can see it purple like that, you know. Also like Russian babushka. Don't ask why babushka is purple. And now, yeah. So that is RKT for you. So a little bit more down, but then when you finish down, get back to me and we can look at this again. But after you get down to tens like that, if you really screwed, of course you drop to 597. Probably test like somewhere in between here around the 8 to 7 before you drop to 597, which is actually 6. But yes, it is appear to be based upon the monthly that you are for now moving to the downside, somewhere in this vicinity at least, maybe below this vicinity to other Vasya. Yes, so this is this crowd. Let's do crowd. Let's do crowd. I hope that was good for you. It was good for me. Knockout market. I hope that answered your questions, sort of, about what I'm saying about RKT. What That's already interesting with crowd right there. Well, I don't. I think I remember analyzing crowd just recently and saying something about it. Um. mm, mm, mm. I think I've said it's gonna test this median again. I think I've said this. I think that was the thing. Who want crowd? Mike, did I not say it will test this median? I don't remember anymore. I think I did. I just don't remember. Do I think or do I float? Um, this is bullish. This is very bullish. At face value, you have this. More so, you probably have this. So let's see. Is this old, new? What is this? I mean, there's obviously something there, right? All jokes aside, there's absolutely obviously something there right now. It's probably weak and probably going to be retested again. So not all that surprising. We're probably looking at this for the upcoming week or so. So I mean, you're bullish on crowd at the moment. Crowd is currently bullish. Let's ask ourselves, if tomorrow is negative or bearish on the S&P, how will this affect crowd, in the grand scheme of things? How will the picture look like if we're probably just another correction back towards that wedge? Although, I mean, you've probably done this wedge. It's so neat that I mean, it's kind of finalized this process, and potentially, if it will test, it probably will test higher right now based upon what we're seeing on the daily. And I think the weekly was, the weekly is positive as well. You're bullish and bullish. You're bullish in overbought territory. I mean, better than that, you cannot ask. So, in fact, you can actually see this before you ever see whatever correction. Monthly, and the only one that craps the bed is the 3 months, which is not all that surprising. It's sort of a shorter version of the overall market, the indices, the S&P and such, and so you don't have the necessary average to show you, that it's not yet breaking, although it is kind of having. Basically, what you're seeing here, just to kind of put in simple terms, what you're seeing here is the equivalent of what you are seeing. No, 3 month. No, the 3 month is I know which one. It's the actually yearly. That's the one I need to be looking for. No. So this thing that you're seeing right here is just that simply by how crowd is structured, you don't have the rest of the average to generate the waves prior to, although it follows the same pattern. I'm certain if I'll add it to our crazy cool chart, where is it? Crazy cool chart, right? It has, Nvidia is really breaking. Nvidia is like really breaking. Nvidia is like really not having a blast. 132, relatively strong still. Screw that. So yeah, on crowd. So yeah, I mean that's crowd for you. It's you have more upside before we can project that you will start correcting based upon the fact that you are rather bullish right now. But get ready, it's coming. It's saying that it's there. It's screaming at you. The question is that whether can you see it? Palantir, we need to look at. Leo, that is a good point. How Palantir do? Let's see. Palantir took longer. Actually, you can ask Leo here. My prediction was that we will end up at 75.57. The thing is, I was expecting this to happen rather quicker than what it took throughout the day today, but we kind of made it to my target of today, so I'm not disappointed in my expectation with today of Palantir. I actually had an expectation. You can ask again Leo. Leo does hang out with me, hangs out with me on the Discord on a daily basis. Absolutely one of the most loyal members in the community. Shout out to you, goddamn legend, Leo. And yeah, no, it kind of got to the target. But what are you saying? What but more? Stop buying. You no, 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 no. I hope you're effing with me. Damn it. But I mean, yeah, the move kind of as expected, slightly slower. We did waste some time around here and around here, so it's not all that surprising. It took longer. In fact, we went lower than I expected. I mean, I've expected some slippage, but really squeezed the bejesus out of that little edge right there for a day. This is rather quick. I still have to acknowledge that. All in all, we kind of done what was expected. Tomorrow could be a little bit iffy for Palantir, since I mean, look at this. At face value, 45 looks rather bullish, but if you're more attentive to it, you're gonna notice that we're kind of moving downwards here, and potentially we're gonna lose because you see some curvature starting to occur early. Although we do have these moments sometimes happen, but I mean, this is worrying. And the S&P, if it's not going to be too accommodative, and tomorrow people will not feel as confident, tomorrow will be, it might be iffy, might be, but I mean, at face value, if we're looking at sort of, but sorry, I went too far. All the way until the 1 hour time frame, which kind of, we can project from this to tomorrow because we're kind of running out of time. We can be objective and say that probably means that tomorrow there will be some bullish momentum, or rather will it be mitigated by by how much bearish momentum we have from the indices. So I mean, we have to take both and consider what will be the potential outcome, right? Now the real problem hides right here at 4 hours. Almost forgot to mention it. Is that we see that certainly once we finalize that bullish momentum we have in the 1 hourly, if it's not powerful enough to twist this around, we're probably going to see a continuation of this downwards wave, which will bring us back to, pardon me, roughly around 71.90, 72, 71.50, maybe even, sliding downwards, 71 straight up. It appears to be that we will be testing that wedge one way or another, at least temporarily. So that's not going to be something that will surprise us. Means we might be moving more or less sideways, or maybe sort of, actually breaking out as expected prior to finalizing this process and what we saw on the daily and picking this up. So we can't really be certain. That's why we need to see the tomorrow to be more certain what is more likely for us wasting our time around this wedge, or whether it's moving towards that 80 range, right? Because we're not sure what will happen, whether this will happen rather quicker, right? And potentially will end up moving higher. Doesn't mean we have to squeeze and be stuck inside this wedge. In fact, I would argue, based upon the fact of the matter that we already tested it once, twice, all we need is just one more time for the market to be confident enough to move to 80, which can take us roughly about 2 days. So all in all, I can see how throughout this, towards the end of the week, we actually get back towards around 80, maybe around 82, with retaining the right momentum. Why? Because that's kind of where the trend resides, so it's not going to be all that surprising. 82, 80 something. So potentially, right? This was what could happen, and this is another what could happen. We will follow up on it tomorrow in the upcoming days. That's Palantir for you, Leo. Although I think you're more or less aware of what I suspect the Palantir will be doing in the upcoming days, because I mean we spoke about this. TLT. Okay. That makes sense. That makes total sense. I already see it. I hope you were able to see it as well. It resides somewhere. Come on. Come on. Don't make me chase you. Kinda like that. It already. I can sort of see it through the noise. Let's see if I'm right. Yep. I would argue that I've hit the spot, if you will. Let's just mark it and make it so kind of a different color like that, so it'll stand out. Turning bullish slowly. Not yet really positive, but you can smell the positivity coming through on the 4 hourly. Your daily is not yet ripe, but getting there. It's kind of close. It's like I said, not yet ripe, but close. Actually, on your weekly, you're already bullish, which actually makes sense. Shorter cycle already finalized, and you're kind of going more bullish with some hesitation and smelliness. So you're actually testing median right here on the weekly. So not all that surprising. What is your monthly doing? Your monthly is actually pulling down, but still not below overbought territory. So that explains it. Give me back my linear regression. Thank you. I appreciate that. Since you're testing currently the level, I would argue that it's far more likely that you will test 102, 103, 104, 105, whatever it's going to be, before you actually make it downwards, unless the market pulls you down. So you still have some space right here. It smells to me as if you're going to have at least some form of retest right here before you go down. Which will match neatly with a channel I can already see through the noise. If you don't mind, I will point out that there is, no, it's kind of lower. That's what it appears to be like. I think I might be slightly off on that one. I mean, let's just check it out. Check it out now. Funk Soul Brother, check it out now, right about now. Chupacabra. I think I got it right. I mean, what would you say, boys and girls? I think I kind of got it right. Kind of got it right. Okay. I like to eat pizza. Bro, are you kidding me? I'm freaking addicted to pizza. And there's like a whole streamer that I watch, and really awesome dude, really wholesome streamer. A game that I don't really play but like to watch, and the dude got me eating pizza like every other day because he starts talking about pizza, and I immediately start feeling the hunger for pizza. And so yes, pizza is life. All on board the pizza train, absolutely. Pizza, tacos, yeah. In fact, just the other day, Leo and I were making fun of how I discovered that apparently I was like a Mexican in my previous life or something. Because I was at the store and I decided just to for these lazy days when I don't feel like ordering a pizza and waiting for one and this and that. So to buy just one of those frozen pizzas that is like 90% ready and all that. And I one of them stood out to me. It said Mexican, and I kind of do know that I have like tacos and all various Mexican foods. And so I pulled it out, and just to point out, my favorite toppings on the pizza would be uh, various forms of hot pepper, right? I mean, I like pretty much most of them. Of course, jalapeno always goes, but it's not that hot. I would go with like a ghost one, something like really, something real spicy, if you will. Corn and onion. That's pretty much all the toppings I put on a pizza. I can go with extra cheese. Fine, right? It's not that I don't eat other things. It's just this is where my preference is. And so when I pulled out that Mexican pizza, turned out I'm apparently I kind of been eating Mexican pizza all along. It literally has jalapenos and corn on it. So all I need to do is add some onion, and I'm in business. Absolutely. How the hell did we go to pizza? I'm gonna kill somebody here. Now I'm getting hungry again. Right. So we've done that. TLT. I think we've done that. I think we spoke about this. I think I've covered this. But it makes sense, right? You're probably getting closer to div. No, too early. Too early. Too soon, kid. I still have time probably till dividend. When was your what is that? 23. Give me a 23. Was that wait what? Right. June, July. Wait, what were you? Oh, right. Oh, right. Fuck my life. Right. Oh, you have. I mean, you are. Wait. I'm not wrong. You're supposed to be getting a dividend soon, right? On December-ish, kinda. What did it say? December, kinda. What? December 15, kinda. So ish, right? I mean, you're on the verge, somewhere of getting paid. Okay. I need more like. Duh. Yes, I agree. Useless facts, very correct. Give me all your like. I need all the like. Uh, 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 uh. Wait, I'm head like. Absolutely. Aquafrost, thank you very much, man. I appreciate it. Or madam. I don't know. I'm so sorry. Mustang Mama on alt account. Oh, right. Aqua, it's got the, I keep on forgetting. I'm stupid moron. I'm stupid moron. Right. I apologize. XOM. Let's do XOM. Give me a sec, boys and girls. I need to drink some Coca-Cola here because I'm parched. And that's what I have, arm's length. And there we go. My target has been hit. Why am I? What am I? Where am I? Oh, I mean, this was Palantir prior to, so who are you? Let's make you into Palantir. Let's enslave you into Palantir. RBRK. I told you, Leo. I told you. So, I mean, took a bit longer than expected, but yeah, so far so good. Just as expected. Everything panned out as expected. Yep, yep. Makes sense. Yep, oh, yep. Totally makes sense. Yep. Yep. Okay. Now, where was we? We was XOM. We were doing XOM for Vasily. We're doing this for Vasily. I see we've already gone through this recently, and I see my prediction was testing this, testing lower, and then correcting. So you're probably disappointed. You're like, oh my god, we're breaking down. The end of the world is coming. Greg is wrong. Could be, by the way. I could be wrong, you know? But I would argue that what's going on here, you're simply testing the previous this. Come on, like that ish. I'm gonna argue it's kinda, yeah. I mean, if you look closely, you will see that there is a form of a support and a resistance that was playing all along in the hobbity bobbity. So there is a level there. I'm not certain what level this is or why it's there, and there could be a variety of reasons that will kind of say a lot about what strength it is. Why am I missing my formation here? What am I doing? I need to be doing what are you doing? I do ish from that needs to be that's gonna be wrong, right? That's gonna be I'm confused. That and this. Right. But then again, uh-huh. Well, that. Yeah, I know what. You will really hate me for doing the following thing. It's right. So so I'm sorry for taking so long. It takes a bit of time to use the brain. Insane brain. All right, we're in business. Let's now look what it is that we got. What we got is, oh yeah, I remember now, yeah, right. And we have the negative wedges, and we have this one, which is coincidentally 99, so let's just call it 100. I think I've said all these things. Why does my memory go, have I not spoken about this? Pikachu? Haven't I Pikachu'd about this? Like that. And so what we can establish from this is far more likely that you're going to be retesting and moving back into one of these negative wedges, retesting them from lower end, higher end, or something, because we see that what you've done here was basically this, and you're probably going for another one based upon that and based upon this. So you are probably gonna go negative, even if just for a tiny bit. That tiny bit is more than enough to bring you down back into wedgie. And then if when you finish, you're gonna have a negative wedgie to move through while you're pulling back up to 122 face value. That's what you have. Yeah, okay, yeah, now I remember this better. Okay, and you still can test your 100. Like I said, it's this could be your crossroads kind of area. What is that, Christoph? Why are you laughing at me? Are you laughing at my accent? I'm allowed to have accent, or many. I have my multiple personalities have many accents. No fun for Nvidia. Yep. Yeah. Vasily, I hope that helps. Fundamentally, the company looks good. Thank you very much. Cool. Knockout Market. I will try to remember your nickname better for next time. My apologies for being a moron. Hey, lovely people. Hello, Christoph. No fun for Nvidia. We said that. Make sure you hit the helmet and below the and below the hardest you can. Okay. Yes, getting to the target bot some more. Yeah, we said that. You're insane person. Please don't do crazy things like that. Yes, thanks. I hope that, because that's the thing. Yes, that you were effing with me. Leo is a Discord legend. Absolutely. Hangs out with me every single day. An absolutely devoted, dedicated, real loyal member. OG to the bone, to the core. I like to eat pizza. Hackers, I don't know where you came out. I now remember where the pizza thing came out. Hackers caught red-handed. Okay, that's now I see where that came from. Can you do Ford? Sure. Yeah, I mean we can do Ford. Why not? Ford. I'm actually not. I mean, I'm not a big fan of vehicle manufacturers. They're not great assets. And oh, Tesla. Listen, guys, let's not do this loop again. Tesla is not a car company. But I'm not hating on Ford. I actually like their F-150 Lightning or whatever it's called, the electrical variant. Plenty of room. I like a lot of their cars. I mean, Ford are great. As a car company, they're great. They are not perfect, and I've been sucking lately, but sure. Not bad. I like the new Bronco and everything. People are hating on it for no reason. I'm actually a fan. I like that weird boxy, old school shape kind of thing. Yeah. I mean, obviously at 999, you're probably testing right now 10. That's where you're at right now. Although it appears to be as 999, you really are currently residing, I would argue, at 10. That is what you're doing, if you ask me. That'll be very typical. But let's see. I mean, currently your momentum appears to be more negative than positive, and so it's not going to be all that surprising if you're actually going to break lower towards this whatever, you know, bottom of the channel, give it some slippage, maybe and then pick back up eventually. But currently, objectively, you have downwards momentum. Very straightforward thing going on with Ford. So pretty simple. I hate to say it, but pretty straightforward downwards momentum to your, 10 and maybe, as we said, what is that, like 845-ish area, which makes sense. Absolutely makes sense. Uh, 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 but it's gonna be paved, anything between 10 and 0 is gonna be paved with supports and resistance. Is gonna be tremendously annoying and very tight. It's gonna be moving in a very tight sort of movement to the downwards. So it appears, yeah. So that's Ford Ford for you in a nutshell. Not all that surprising, not all that weird, just kind of again more downwards price action or momentum rather. So yeah. Right. No, you're welcome, Leo. Uh, okay, we've done this. Pizza tacos. Jaco. Chamacos. I don't know if that's a real food. Don't make me check. You know I'm going to. Let's do TSM. But TSM now opened up a factory, launched a factory in the US. So yeah, I think they learned the lesson. You know, it's finally starting to move. So this is not cool for you, and but then again, like everything else, so it's. I mean, obviously, you're positive right now. You're bullish, no bullshit, right? You have a ton of gaps which are like looking horrible, and they're in horrible ranges, which actually not all that surprising, but even considering everything, they're damn low, or rather, the stock is damn high, whichever you want to be more objective about. Shorter term, it does appear that the market will attempt to close at least this one. I don't know about that one. That one probably not yet, but currently it's going to be going for this range, which is more roughly 197 to roughly around 192. That is that. But then again, it will probably take you up into the wedge from that bullish momentum we saw earlier. If it doesn't make it to the lower end, it's not going to be all that surprising. In other words, it's going to drop, do potentially some formation of wedge here, or even wedge here, something. But we would want it, or at least you probably would want it to go upwards, but sadly I think it's more of that downwards, which we saw. Where do you start? I mean, wait, you were starting on the monthly, so this, once complete, is gonna go bearish basically. So, and once it does, it's gonna be very unpleasant. And yeah, that's that same picture that we're seeing on the S&P. So it's market correlated, coupled, if you will, and so highly affected by the market. And when the market goes to the toilet, it will go with it. Plus, this candlestick is unhealthy with the context of the rest of them. Just unhealthy. Just saying. Need more likes. I love olives on pizza. I think every human being that likes olives on pizza. If you don't like olives on pizza, you might be a psychopath. Potentially. I'm not sure, but it might be a thing. Everyone loves olives on pizza. I mean, come on. It's not my favorite, but it absolutely is one of the better toppings, especially if you have real good olives. People are like, I mean, come on, it's olives. What's the difference, right? But no, if you have real good olives done right, you can have one hell of a good pizza with olives. I love that, and I agree. Olives are a good topping. The only actually, I love kind of most toppings. I did tell you the preferred one I have, right? Like I make the best one, in my opinion. But kind of anything goes other than pineapple. I'm gonna be honest. I mean, I really like most pizza other than pineapple. It's just pineapple is a horrible topping in my opinion. And I mean, I can eat some horrible things like dark chocolate with onion, like live onion. Yeah, I'm that weird. And I don't even find it disgusting. I'm sorry. That's reality. But pineapple on pizza, no, that shit is blasphemy. So I'm just saying. To each their own. Not telling you what to do, but I am so not a pineapple on pizza person. Uh, 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 Peach diarrhea is so funny. As long as you enjoy Christoph, as long as you'll have fun, brother. Ding ding. Palantir alert. Right. The Palantir thing. Almost forgot about it. Yeah. So far, so good. No, good job on that one. Cool beans. What else we were saying? We've done that. No, you can feel free to laugh at me, brother. You are allowed. It's fine. Bro. Yeah, I know what. Thank you, sir. My pleasure, Vasily. He is legend. Yeah, oh, right. Yeah, Leo is definitely legend. All of you guys are actually are. It's just that a lot of you are members and not really using what I've been telling you that I'm there every day. Join in, ask me questions. We can go in far more in depth on things, more time, and all that cool stuff. So, I mean, obviously, I highly recommend all of my patrons, which, by the way, huge shout out to all the new members who joined in. Especially those who show intent by signing up for the annual. I realized that actually people basically intend and understand that they're planning to stay in the community and be a part of it for the long run. It's really, really cool. I appreciate it. And I hope you are enjoying the various hangouts that we have, the material that I'm posting, the charts that I'm posting, the various links to the various videos that give you all sorts of information about all sorts of things, really. And I hope you enjoy that stuff. Just today, I posted something funny, kind of masked in a funny form, and it talks about how a lot of job openings were basically fake in the first place, right? You can find that in the memes and in the general chat, boys and girls, those who are on the Discord, go ahead and check it out. It's a little video I posted. Of course, not mine, but you guys know I've been saying this all along, and now here it is, explodes in your face, kind of, so to speak. Again, not to be offensive, but that it's for everyone to see to the point where it becomes a meme, basically. It's so real we even make fun of it. Okay, and morons are people too. We won't hold it against you. Much love, useless. I appreciate that. Alrighty. User be surprised. Useless facts. How many are that? Don't even know. Yeah, no, absolutely. What about cake? Cake, cake by the ocean. Da 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 da. Oh my God, you guys really don't want me to sing. If there's something out on the will is singing and dancing. Not really great at either. So shorter, kinda. This thing. This is, let me look at this for a second. Let me take a look at you. Okay, so I would obviously take this trend. This is an easy choice right here. I'll have to fight this one at least. And then I can remove this. Look at that. Yep. So obviously 50. Da, 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 da. Ooh, now that was sexy. Now that was precision, sir. Now that is German precision. I stole it from them, the precision. And so, first of all, you'll be testing 50 and subsequently below 50, right into that wedgie wedge, or at least one of them, and maybe even both of them, but kind of in this way. So slipping below into that lower one, or so this kind of thing. You get various variants of sorry, pardon me, how it will move through that will these both of these wedges basically. And so when you do complete that, ask me again, which will probably give you right about now. Check it out now, Funksel brother. You will get to roughly about towards the end of the month. It's gonna be super tight, tight like a tiger, and then you will talk to me again, and I will tell you what I think about this, and we will probably it's gonna become very evident. But it appears that this is actually a lot more negative than it's bullish, even though it's very misleading. I would argue this is very misleading right now as it's structured, and I suspect that over time we're going to see it curve down somehow. Not necessarily, again, do not look at this and trying to find a real trend the way we do it on a price action. It's more of an implied thing that you have to really recognize, or just use better tools. And there are better tools, I promise. You can ask my students, which by the way brings me to my next point. Reminder, boys and girls, one-on-one TA Academy. Until the end of the year, until 2024, and or the spots are filled. One spot has been filled, so only 3 left. Are 20% discount. There will be no further more discount than this. This is as high as I can go, as low as I can go, if you will. And in any way, even if I would charge double, which is actually the real price outside the community and all that, so to speak, I still offer you a very, very sort of cheap offer right now for that price. It's basically like getting a Lambo for like $100. Honestly, ask my students if I can brag, right? And yeah, and so that will be very, very cheap for you, 2K instead of 2.5. Quite a discount, I would argue. Half a thousand. Yeah, that's a cool thing. Don't forget about that. And that's where I teach all these more advanced techniques and tools and why and how. But mainly the how and why. And why the how. Chupacabra, how. All right. Hackers. I'm not as sweet. I actually had scammers approach me today by the name of some weird YouTuber chick, apparently. And that's weird. That is weird. They resort to such weird methods. Chris, I like my food spicy, going in and out. Hacker. Hackers, you made it. Okay, that was funny. That was funny. Salute. Isaac Kim. Now, I don't really think I've seen this name before. Sure, Isaac. I mean, we've kind of given it a half a look-see, but there's not much to say about this. Momentum is deteriorating very rapidly and clearly. Current supports are very well known. We known about them before. That's shorter range one. You have the 135.64, 133.12, 130.01. Then we go into the fun realm, at which we have 124.98. Then you have 118.46 and then 115.58. So there's like a whole array of supports and resistances all the way to 90, where we appear to have our first leg of things, roughly around 90. 90, we have 112.95, we said 115, 110, very strong psychological level, and very well tested and very strong one, just to keep that in mind. $100 level, also very strong, not going to be all that surprising to see it get retested again. And 95.41 and 91.12. These points are tremendously important for the retracement potential of NVIDIA, and so be very attentive. I've kind of broken down all the supports and resistances that you need to care about in the medium term, but how does that look on the momentum side of things? It is looking like Cheburashka got a haircut. Come on. Thank you. Sort of. All right. Now, what is going on here is completely invisible. Perfect. So, again, right just now moving into oversold territory. In other words, we haven't yet seen the actual pain coming through. So, I would argue 130 up in the cannon on NVIDIA in the really short term, right? Because we're testing the bottom of the channel, more bearishness. More bearishness will take you to that 130.01, which we can see played its role before. I can show you in a smaller time frames, or you can just trust me, bro. Yeah, bro. So, and then we have 124.98. That is another crucial level we have right there. And so, yeah, prepare for this to get to test this and that, and it will be real cool when we do. So why it's going to be real cool is because then we'll be able to say whether it's ready to go down now. Check it out now, Functional Brother. Really, it does look like NVIDIA is more than ready to break, as we've seen on our really cool combined unified chart. In fact, the rest of them are currently unified and coupled in perfectly, and the only outlier is NVIDIA not doing all that well. You see NVIDIA green, see, and everything is perfectly balanced, so there's no cheating here. Everything is perfect. You see, perfect. And that's it. All right, that is NVIDIA for you, Isaac. I hope that helped you. We are getting ready for a deeper reversal, but then again, look, it's not all that surprising that if you look at S&P and you have something akin to this, and then you look at NVIDIA individually and you have something akin to this, they're kind of speaking the same language right there, right? There you are allowed to what? Then you're allowed to eat me? No, I don't want to eat you, Christoph. That sounds very vulgar. I hope you don't mean in a sexy way, because I bite. That's why I miss my precision. Give it back, please. I stole all your precision, sir. 2025. Not good, Ellen. Not good. Not good at all. Class also comes with lifetime Discord. That's true. I forgot about that, and various other cool perks. But yeah, the way to sign up, by the way, you just DM me on Discord, on our beautiful, magnificent Chupacabra cool Discord right here, where I notify when I go live so you don't miss a thing. The main chat where, by the way, I posted that joke about the ghost jobs and all that wonderful stuff, where I post that we have a hangout and all that, which, by the way, did ended up being not an hour, ended up being like 2.5, 3 hours, I think, ish. Tickers where I to update and keep you guys up to speed on the charts and things I see. And breaking news, geopolitics, finance, technologies, tabloids, must watch, which is a really cool thing where I post various videos and all sorts of information, things that are basically a must watch. And soon notes for Academy members. And of course, how could I forget memes, open chat, red pill, if you will, just more of, intersexual dynamics between men and women of modern day. And Jukebox is just a bunch of music that I post so people can listen to cool music that I end up finding out about myself. And cool stuff to come, more other cool stuff to come. The link is probably in the chat because I think Nanny's probably posted it a couple of times at least. It's in the description. Also, it is on the screen right now. Join in and you will be able to join all these cool activities, and then some that was just were Chiburashka mentioned, and cool other stuff. And I'm a lot more serious on the Discord, I promise, or at least I try. At least I try. What else? What else? Thanks. My pleasure, Isaac. My pleasure. Any thoughts on our GTI? You know what? Let's do our GTI, and that's gonna be the final one for today. I really am starting to feel a little bit like I need to rest. Our GTI. What the hell did you just give me? It's a 3-year-old company? What is this? What is this? This is not good, sir. You have a bottom gap right here, sir. And it's not good, sir. Not at all. And this is definitely ain't telling you anything good either. So, okay. So, bearish at face value, not surprising. Squeeze soon, so bearish, not surprising. Kind of on the cusp, if you will. Kind of, again, squeezing out the bejesus out of it, but let it penetrate. So that's, what is that, like 15 days? Yeah, getting ready, and no data, of course. Stupid me. What's the not cool? Don't like to analyze such short range stocks that really don't have anything to back them up or not enough. Let's be honest. Oh, look, it's a crooked ass pattern. Look, here is the crooked ass pattern. We found it. It's the holy grail of patterns. This pattern tells you that we have no idea what this stock is going to do. That's a brilliant pattern. RGTI. What do they do? Do they spaghetti make? Do they make spaghettios? Regionios, Chiburashkayos, O's. Okay. So liabilities to assets going down, assets going up while liabilities going down. Cool beans. That's, we said quarterly. Give me the annual for a second. Gotcha. What do they do? Right, I think we've checked them before, just relatively recently. Need more data. Not enough information. Need to look deeper to be sure. But it looks to be like it's probably more certain to be more negative than positive, and it is having here a suspicious head and shoulders kind of potential pattern. Just saying. We'll see. But for now, it's too early to speak. I think you have some time to look at this before we can conclude for certain, but I think we are moving downwards with this. There will be some movement to the upside, probably like, what is it, gonna be like a 10, a 10, like a 9, sorry. I don't even think it can do 10 to get to test that. Could be, but it has so very little time and so very little momentum. I doubt that. So it's far more probable that we're going to start to see that continuation of that correction in the shorter term towards 722, eventually testing median somewhere here. It's going to be like around 6 something. Entanglement, of course, up, down, and then all in all 525, and then we can talk. When you reach the area of 5, let's talk, basically. That's kind of the gist of it. And I could always be wrong. Crooked ass pattern. It's the best one, of course. Great quantum computing company. I see. Yeah, I think that's why somebody asked, but it's still very early. We don't have a lot of data, and so we have to. It's not that surprising because it's tech, and that well correlated. Nasdaq correlated, and thus you can judge it from the S&P. So it's the same old story. Great one. Best textbook description as well means we have no idea where it's going. I love you, Christoph. You're such a cool man. Oh, you have such good jokes, man. I love you. Love you much. Is wonky? That's a good pattern. Is wonky? Yeah, absolutely. Wonky, donkey, wonky. We're gonna have a donkey pattern, a crooked ass pattern. So, which donkey is an ass, and ass is donkey. So you see. Well, it all falls in line. No surprises here, boys and girls. Ellen and Christoph, you're both legends. Thank you for making this amusing for everyone. All right, boys and girls, I'm gonna drop off and let you all go rest. The market is closed. Let's see how we've finalized this. Nothing all that surprising, right? Again, in fact, we said we're probably gonna see a deeper correction for 6051. Yeah, there's not much to check. Just out of curiosity, how did Palantir end up closing after all of this? Did it pull downwards? No, 75.55. So yeah. Call this 75.57. This is what I told you. This is what we got. You see, all is promise. All right, cool. Boys and girls, you all have a wonderful night. I hope to see you on the next one on the Discord. Join the Patreon. And come and hang out on the Discord. Don't just join the Discord. Come and hang out with us on a daily basis at around market open time. To each their own, of course. But yeah, join us. Ask questions. Don't be shy. Open your mic. Talk to me. I'll be talking to you. We'll be sharing face holes. Talking to one another. Yes. I'm looking to become a member of Leo's Discord since my retirement plan is still to just live in his basement. Then useless. You have to invest, all in on Leo's retirement fund. So that way you secure the basement location. That's how it works. Absolutely. Leo, keep a corner for me. I'll come to visit if shit doesn't work right here in Israel. I'll come to visit. We'll be neighbors in the basement. I'll start remodeling the basement. So wait, the basement's not been remodeled yet? No. Love you much, boys. Love you much. And girls as well. You all have a wonderful evening. I'll see you on the next one. I hope I was able to provide some amusement and some good value to you. See you on the Discord, either on the Discord or on the next live. You all have a wonderful evening, boys and girls. Bye-bye for now.